I had a bit of an encounter, and this would have been before I was trusting in Christ truly. And it was that one was something that terrified me to the core, actually. What the encounter I had with something. And so I'm not going to say any names, but I was with a friend of mine, and we went to a spot where generally I like to go elk hunting. And this was before archery season opened. So we were looking at around the middle of August kind of thing. And we went in to this area, and it's kind of a cool spot in the spruce trees, just a little bit of a spot where there's a memorial going on. But regardless, went in there, just kind of let out a bugle, see if there's any early bulls bulls that were going to start bugling early or anything, any kind of response, right? And doing that, just and walking in there, it's just there's something that just didn't feel right. It just felt way too quiet, and like an eerie feeling and heavy feeling too. And we kind of decided, like, okay, well, it's probably best to not be here, like just get out, right? And then that area though, like, it's close to a lake, and I know that there's elk in there, right? And so when archery season opened up, it was probably, I think it was in the first week of archery season, even when we went in there again, and kind of the same thing. Went in there, and I let out a bugle or two, and Buddy was just tagging along, and it's just all of a sudden, like, things were going decent, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of hit. Like, there was all of a sudden a very eerie, heavy feeling.
Like silence and stuff? Like
It was silence, but it was also like I was getting goosebumps. And kind of talking about it too, I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was just a feeling that wasn't right. But instead of turning around, we just kind of kept pushing on, because I know there's elk in the area, right? And we get in kind of to the spot. And I should also say too, the time before, I took a picture at this site, and kind of a cool picture. And so, yeah, that picture is going to kind of be a little bit in the story here too. But going back to the second time, yeah, we went in there, and yeah, something was off, too quiet. And I don't know why exactly, but Buddy decided to walk into the bush in a spot, and I went into a different spot. We were still very close to each other. Like, we weren't even 50 yards apart, I don't think. And what he told me is, like, Frank, they're come here kind of thing, and kind of shakily. And I was like, well, what's kind of going on? Like, is there an elk? And so I kind of rushed towards him, and he's holding his phone, and he's taking a video of something. And I didn't know exactly what it was up until after the video. Like, I didn't know exactly what he was seeing right up until after he took the video and then showed me afterwards. But what I did witness was some dark energy. Like, it was like a presence, like a figure was walking through the trees and catching glimpses of it, like bits and pieces. It was like, well, what on earth? And that's kind of what it was like. All right, we got to go. And we were getting out of there. And we heard something that was just kind of weird, just as if something was hitting a rock or a stick against a tree. It wasn't like a woodpecker. Like, woodpeckers, they have a consistent, just constant, rapid pecking at a tree that you can hear.
Yeah.
This was like a knock kind of thing on a tree. And I was like, whoa, what? And so, just out of curiosity, while we were walking out of there, I just pick up a stick off the ground, and I smack it against a tree. And then it just, all of a sudden, there was another smack, and it wasn't an echo of the stick I hit. It was like a distinct other hit on a tree that was further away.
And multiple, right? It's just one.
That one was just one.
Okay.
The first time when we heard it was multiple.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, that is just weird. And we were like, oh, we got to get out of here. Like, the goosebumps were going nuts. Something felt like evil. Like, that's the best way for me to describe it, like an evil feeling. It was like something that was wanting to kill or do whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was like, no, wanted to get out of there. And then that picture that I mentioned, we ended up looking at it, and I noticed there's something that's not quite right that I just didn't really recall too well. Like when we were there, there's just kind of a shadow kind of in the picture, in the background of the trees. And so my phone, it couldn't zoom in far enough. So I zoomed in all the way as far as I could, took a screenshot, and then zoomed in on the screenshot. And that's when you could kind of see there was like a face, like a figure that was by a tree that was kind of leaning, and you could see a face, and it was an unnatural, unhuman, demonic looking face. It was scary.
Hmm.
And I could, if I look long enough, I could probably find that photo in my phone and show you there,
Yeah.
Devin. But then with Buddy's video, that was terrifying in itself.
What did the video show?
The video showed, and this wasn't, mind you, this was in a little bit of a different spot than where the picture was taken. It was actually a little bit more off to the east, I guess, from where the picture was taken, in the bush,
Yeah.
just a little bit. But you could see a clear hand, like a black, shadowy looking hand that was wrapping around this tree with a face that was kind of peering around the tree.
Yeah.
Just like peeking and then going back and then peek. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like that before in my life. That was creepy. And so after seeing that, I asked Buddy so many different times, send me that video, man. Like, he's always told me that he still has it, even though he's gone through countless phones. I don't know. But always tells me that he still has it, but he never sends it to me. And I'm like, I want that. So then at least I have something to kind of go off of.
Yeah.
Because all I got is that picture.
Yeah.
And the picture in itself is like, yeah, there's something not right. We went back in there, I think, one more time, me and him. And this would have been weeks later that we went back in. And it was around the same time of the day. Except I guess it was more just before the middle of September, I guess. But went in there, and I was like, well, kind of comparing the picture to site, found the right spot where I was standing when I took that picture. And I told Buddy, I was like, and Buddy he's a big guy, right?
Yeah.
And I told him to go in there until I tell you to stop, kind of thing. And then I tried to recreate the picture, except using him. And when I got him in the right spot and I took the same picture and I zoomed in and then I took that screenshot, zoomed fully in on that screenshot, I compared the sizes of the two. That dark force, that evil thing, that demon, I guess, was way bigger. Like, dwarfed, Buddy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And that's, I think, probably this most evil thing I've felt being close to me in as a presence.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.